The technical skills that we picked up when looking at digital technology were camera, vlog and editing. In camera we learned about shot sizes and the overall meaning of angles. We also learned about digital filming. With our vlogs we learned how to upload and understand the layouts, and in editing we learned how to add music, effects and lighting to our film. When looking at interpersonal skills, we looked at our feedback, which showed us what to improve, and we produced a video diary. We also had a director's commentary. Finally, looking at cognitive, we saw that we wanted music quite quiet, and we decided what different shot sizes we wanted and how. Finally, looking at creativity, we realised about our editing. For example, our titles are music, and our camera, the flashbacks and the opening sequence.
When looking at research and planning, and under the technical skills that we learn, we had to think about looking at previous opening sequences to compare them, looking at the micro-macro elements. We did lots of background research on the different genres and what we found to be most common between them, so we could help plan what we was going to put into our opening sequence. And then finally the location recce and pictures using camera work. The skills we learnt for interpersonal, where we did lots of group discussions, like deciding which genre we thought would be the most productive, place where we wanted to film, what actors we wanted to use and how they would portray the characters the best. And then we had to think about what music genre we wanted, and we gave out questionnaires to see what the audience actually wanted to go and see. When looking at cognitive, we had to think really carefully about which location was suitable for filming, as we needed to create our own room inside a room, and deciding what genre to produce. The creativity side, we created timelines to compare when the titles would appear in the opening sequence by looking at previous films and looking at their micro-macro elements. We had to be creative when designing our location using the different props, so to make it look like it was an actual crime scene. And then finally the actors, to make sure that they'd be suitable for the roles that they were given.
During post-production, the technical skills that we used was when we were editing. We had to edit how long the shots were, where we wanted the music and what lighting we wanted to put in to make the shots lighter or darker. We also used different effects like black and white for the flashbacks, and we faded the clips as well. The interpersonal skills that we used during post-production was when we got the feedback from our peers. We asked them to watch the film and asked which ways we could improve, and we did this during our editing. We also used questionnaires where we asked them what they thought of our overall production, and if they would go and see the film and if they recommended it to others. For cognitive skills, we did our evaluation. We had to think about our overall project and had to decide how well it went. We had to decide what questions we used on the questionnaire. We also had to decide what we wanted to do in the editing and use cognitive skills for that. For creativity, we put black and white effects on our flashbacks. We had to decide what music and font we wanted to make it creative, and we had to change the lighting on our clips as well.
Technical skills or conversions was watching the opening sequences to using conventions from media texts. We use technical skills like watching opening sequences to find out. Using conventions, we looked at opening sequences as technical skills to find out what crime films had. Interpersonal skills that we used were comparing timelines to find out where titles from the genre of our film went. Cognitive skills that we knew were
Using conventions from media techs in technical skills, we watched opening sequences to learn about the technology used within various opening sequences. Interpersonal skills, we used timelines and compared them to see where different films would put things in their film. Looking at cognitive, we looked at the sets of different films to see if they were realistic, and we wanted to see what props they used in various different films. Finally, looking at creativity, we used timelines and various props.
There's a poetry competition based on that we can enter these for. I'll certainly be entering, so I'm going to retain the work for Mrs. Snow.
The lake is made out of shiny paper, tissue paper and glitter, and the sun is made out of shiny paper as well. We compared our set to the Lion King set. In comparison, our set isn't as good as the Lion King, but if we could build it life size, maybe our set could